So they actually did something that a lot of animes are doing, and it bugs the shit out of me. Episode 7.5.
I don't remember seeing this.
Yeah, well, to your benefit, because I skipped it. There's no point.
Is this the recap?
Yes.
Stop doing recaps.
7.5. Like,
stop.
7 fucking episodes. What are you recapping?
Yeah. What the
If
fuck?
I can sit down and watch the entire anime in 2 hours, I don't need a fucking recap.
Why? But why? Okay, here's what I don't understand. Let's talk. This is a good side topic here. Who are recaps for? Like, if you're a fan of the show, let's use One Piece.
Yeah.
One Piece is a good example. If you're a fan of the show, right? Wouldn't it stand to reason you're already up to date?
Yeah.
Like, if they're, let's say I know at One Piece at like what episode are they at?
Like basically 1,100.
Okay. So like 1,100, but let's just say 1,000. If episode 1,000's coming out, and then they're doing a recap episode of like, here's what happened between 900 and 998, like 999. Do you not think the people who are at episode 1,000 already know that?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is tuning in at episode 1,000? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody's doing that. Like,
Well, I mean, the poor suckers that are watching it on Netflix and skip like 500 episodes because they haven't purchased those.
oh, really?
Yeah, so it basically goes from like episode 500 straight to like 1,050.
They didn't bother licensing like the first 500 episodes?
Apparently it's coming,
Okay.
but like
Bizarre.
you can watch 1 to 500 and then you skip straight to 1,000.
Oh, so sorry, it's missing the opposite.
It's missing the middle.
It's missing the 500 to 1,000.
It's like they give you the 2 slices of bread, but they don't give you the meat and cheese.
Right. You get the special sauce, but you ain't get no pickles or onions.
Exactly. Like, it's fucking stupid.
That's bizarre.
So I guess
But-
those people benefit from the episodes.
No, but I'm legitimately asking you, like, I understand. Okay, so like, let's use Slash Cinema actually as an example here. So Mark and I, we thoroughly go through every film in a horror franchise. So if we're doing Friday the 13th, we're talking about all of them. If you've never seen Friday the 13th, we're giving you a comprehensive guide about the entire series.
Yeah.
Now, you would benefit watching that podcast or that video if you probably were never going to watch them all to begin with. Or if you really just wanted an information dump and you wanted to learn about them, that's useful. But in a TV show, I feel like the way to do that would be a series retrospective. Like, I'm sure there's a million jackasses on YouTube that have One Piece, the story so far, like shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess that is the point, is like, it's like, if you were never going to watch, like, it would be good for someone like me. Like, I'm never going to watch One Piece, right? So a video like that would be useful if I wanted to know what is it all about, right?
Yeah.
But the difference is that's not episode 1,000.5. That's a separate video on a separate platform. That is a separate entity. So don't put a recap episode in the fucking like main line of episodes. Like, how did One Piece had to have had recap?
One Piece has had them.
Yeah.
They don't like label them as like an episode number. They straight up tell you that it's a recap episode. Now, to its credit, oftentimes it's like random shit that's going to be relevant. That's like, oh, hey, this was a thing. And I go, oh, fuck, I forgot about that because that was like 800 episodes ago.
Right.
But for like episode 7.5, it's like, this came out last week, you know?
But like, here, isn't there a smarter way of doing it? So like,
One Piece did a thing, or started to do a thing, with like episode of East Blue, episode of Alabasta, episode of Skypiea, all that shit. Just make the fucking arcs movies. Instead of wasting like 10 hours trying to watch all this shit, you summarize it in an hour and a half. You can do it. And they've done it.
That's not a bad idea.
Do the arcs like that, and then the people that don't want to watch 1,000+ episodes can just watch these movies, and they spend like a week instead of 6 months trying to catch up.
And so you're saying what you like is just take the main beats of an arc and condense that into a feature film and maybe up the animation quality a bit, like redo it a little bit, touch it up. Kind of like what Dragon Ball Super has the same shit. But they're in that case, I think it's, backwards. Right? Super, that like Resurrection F, like when Frieza came back, that wasn't on the show before there was a movie, and then it became a season, right?
Yeah, same thing with Battle of Gods, right?
Yes.
They released Battle of Gods, and then, I mean, they changed some shit
It's the
for
first
the anime.
arc in Super.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like, they did change, like, a bit of the movie, which I'm not going to fault.
yeah.
But, like...
that's not a bad idea, though.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Like, condense it. Why not? Fuck the recaps.
But the point is, it's its own thing. You're saying the same thing I did, which is, don't make it a part of the fucking mainline show. Make a separate thing that if somebody wants to just check out what it's all about, they have that option.
Yeah.
But if you're a fan that's tuning in weekly, leave those people alone. Just give them the next fucking episode or take a break.
Yeah. Like, if you need the time to maybe get your budget in order, I don't know why the fuck they do these recaps. Just take the week.
Oh, it's to buy time.
Yeah.
It's to buy time. It's totally just to buy time.
Just fuck it. Take the week off. I will thank you, because I sure as shit am not going to watch that recap episode.
I just don't understand what you're benefiting from the It's like the old clip show. Like remember when like did you ever get into The Simpsons? I don't think I ever.
I've dabbled.
Okay, well, The Simpsons. This was a thing that shows used to do. Like they called them clip episodes, like clip show episodes, and literally it's like it's a cheat episode where they reuse clips of a bunch of previous episodes and then film like 20% new footage, and it's literally just footage of people being like, remember the time when we did this?
Yeah.
Like, and then cut to a clip from an episode, 2 seasons ago. It's a lazy way of making an episode.
Yeah.
And they used to do that. That was a thing. And that's really what these episodes are. That's what these fucking 0.5s are. But what I'm asking is like, who wants this? Who is asking for this? Like for this, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I can't tell you. It's like, what I can say is nothing feels worse than waiting all fucking week for that new episode, and then you go to play it, and it's just fucking recap. Like, I would rather just wait the week.
When you realize you're like, oh, I get nothing new? This is
like,
nothing?
Why get my hopes up? Just, hey, we're taking a week off.
I want to touch on something you said. So sure. you brought up, like on a show like One Piece, you're like, okay, well sometimes they'll do a recap and they'll remind you of something that happened 400 episodes ago because you probably don't remember this little detail, but now it's going to be relevant in the story. Do you know a better way of doing that? You write around it. Don't show me the clip. Just fucking write it into the plot.
Yeah.
Like, it's called writing. You can do that. You can write a thing where they reference it, and then, hey, you're probably going to get, like, it's probably going to jolt your memory, and then you'll be like, oh, fuck, it's that character.
Yeah.
But don't just go like, here's the clip. Now you remember. Like, or, I mean, a lazy way of doing it is just have the character, like, have a flashback, but you're still writing it into a new episode.
Yeah.
This is actually a huge gripe I have with fucking newer television shows. The preview at the beginning of the episode, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like, you'll be watching some show. This happens, I watch a lot of like shitty teen drama shows. Don't ask me why. It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Some of them are pretty good.
Yeah, there you go. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. And they always have the little recap at the beginning of the episode. And I never watch them.
Yeah.
Because if you watch them, it spoils everything this current episode is about to be. Like every plot element that they're showing you in that preview, like at the recap, the 60-second recap, every one of those plot beats is about to be in this episode. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I've actually fallen victim to that. I don't remember the show, but it was like it was an episode starts with the recap, and then it shows a character that hasn't been around for like 30, 40 episodes, so and it's like, oh, so they're in it.
So they're in it, right. So, okay, now you just spoiled that's happening. I guess that character is going to be in it. Or some plot that was connected to them is that's the theme of this episode.
Like, well, that's what this one's about.
Yeah, it's basically just a spoiler at the beginning of the fucking episode. Like, your recap is just ruining what we're about to watch. Keep the mystery alive. So, bottom line, no more recap episodes. Just write it into the show or make a separate fucking thing that recaps it in a more creative way. Either do a retrospective video, like leave it to the YouTubers to do it, or make a fucking feature film like you said.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Soul Leveling feature film, the first 7 episodes worth of content. They're going to take the 2 hours and turn it into a 1 hour, 40-minute feature film.
Yeah. Save you 20 minutes of like credits or something.
Right, yeah, right. Of intros and outros. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the end of that rant. I wanted to, that's I'm glad you brought that up because holy fuck does it drive me nuts. And anime's still doing these.
Yeah.
We're still like, modern television shows don't have clip shows anymore. Like North American TV shows. We don't really do clip shows anymore. Not really. Like Rick and Morty even lampooned this fucking idea. Like they've made fun of it several times with their own creative spin on it. This needs to stop. I don't know. It must be just a thing that was always a tradition in like, Japanese production and the anime, development. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop doing recap episodes. All you're doing is fucking glorified clip shows and they fucking suck. And exactly to your point, when it's only episode 7, you're exactly what you just said. What are you recapping at this point?
Yeah.
I can understand if it's the finale and then you're like, okay, now we're going to do a quick little recap for the jackasses that didn't bother to watch the show and are only watching the finale. Okay, here you go. But since now it's like 20 episodes worth, but like 7 episodes, that's worth recapping? The fuck?
Hey man, it was an episode well spent.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Oh, fuck that. I skipped as soon as I saw it was recap, I went, oh, fuck this.
Yeah. That's
Shut off the TV.